to the Dome of Doom!
Championship games in any sport at any level are special. Many never earned the opportunity to play in a final. That was special in itself for the Wyoming Cowgirls. The fact it was going to be played in front of a full house on their home court made it more special. March 31st, 2007 will go down as the most special day in Cowgirl basketball history. It was a day for Joe Legursky and his team, but it was also a day for all those Cowgirls who played for all those years in front of the hardcore few. It was a statement for women's basketball in Wyoming. It was a day to be treasured, locked in the memory banks forever. It was the Wisconsin Badgers of the mighty Big Ten who had to play in the den of yellow madness. But it really didn't matter who it was. On this day, in this atmosphere, nobody was going to beat the Cowgirls.
Probably the students lining up before the morning of the championship game was really great to see too, because we've struggled in the past to really build up a good student section at our games, but that was just awesome to see how much support we had from the students.
Fans were in their seats 2.5 hours before tap time. Many had stood in line since the wee hours that morning. They were ready, and the Cowgirls were ready.
Well, about after we ended up playing Oregon, Hannah came up to me and said, "Coach, we're going to win this whole thing." And so after the emotional game against Kansas State, she just smiled and said, "I told you, we're going to win this whole thing." And so when we came out against Wisconsin, I think I had greater concern of what we were going to be able to do physically against a talented Wisconsin team, and yet the players' confidence was at an all-time high. They knew they were going to win this basketball game. And when they walked out 2 hours before tip-off time and saw this place was filled, and as I've mentioned, over 15,000 Wyoming fans, some being out in line as early as 6 hours before game time to get here, shows you what the Wyoming fans are about. And I knew that not only were we going to put 5 players on the floor, we had 15,000 people behind us, and there was just no way we were going to let this drop.
It was a crowd of 15,462, the second largest in the history of Wyoming basketball. The fans yelled, and they screamed, and they sang, and they had the time of their lives watching their beloved Cowgirls play near flawless basketball, with Justina Pojemska posting a double-double and Zavik and McGuffey scoring 12 and 10 respectively. The Cowgirls roared past Wisconsin. They led by 13 at halftime and by as many as 22 in the second half. It was never really a contest.
They'll lob it to Ward, lean in, off the glass, no good. Vanderveer the rebound. The Cowgirls are the champions of the women's WNIT. 72-56. It's a mob scene at midcourt, and wow,